What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. And have you ever wondered about this core effect that Kyo has, where he actually increases active skill damage by 20% when Iori is on the team? And it doesn't specify which Iori it is. Now, we all assumed it was SS Iori, but is it SS Iori? Well, let's find out. So what I've done is I've actually decided just to put a Noah set on Kyo. This set's going to eliminate any variable that we're going to have as far as increasing our damage, because this is just a solid attack stat. There's no RNG in this set at all. I just got regular cooldown cards on them, and then I just got his regular 3 PGs. No RNG factor as far as how much damage he's going to do, other than maybe doing critical hits, and that's something that I can't help or I can't change. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of different things. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a run without Iori at all. Then we're going to do a run with SS Iori on the team. Then we're going to do a run with SS Iori as a striker. And we're going to see what the damage differences is. And then we'll probably throw on a different Iori other than SS Iori to see what the damage difference is. So we're just actually going to run through 3 skills to see how much damage we do. Now, something to note is with this team composition right here, we have 3 attack fighters. And when you have 3 attack fighters, you do gain 5% attack. Freaking long loading screen, but you do gain attack type, increased fighter attack by 5% when you have all 3 attack fighters. So that's something we want to make sure in all these runs that we have all 3 attack, other than of course having SS Iori on the team because he's a balance type. So let's jump in here and do this. Now, I actually am going to keep the same striker that I have on Kyo. You can't see it right now, but we do have Athena down there as the striker. And we're going to keep that the same throughout all of these runs. So let's see what happens here. And this is something that really interests me quite a bit. So we're going to do a run where we'll do 3 skills, and then we'll do a run where we actually attack for 30 seconds. So back up. Okay, back up. We'll let that burn finish. So 3.573, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and write that down as far as without Iori. Now we're going to do a run where we're actually going to run for 30 seconds. And I may edit some of this out just so you guys don't have to watch me going back and forth like this, because these loading screens do take a little bit of time. All right, here we go. Let's go, let's go. And, you know, I'm going to try to play all these the same. I mean, sometimes there might be some differences, but I'm going to try to play them the same if I can. Come on, here we go. We're getting down to that 30-second marker, and you know, you never know, you might get a really good run where you're gonna do insane damage. Come on, here we go, here we go. All right, so that we're at 1:30 right now. We've done 30 seconds. So after we do this 3 PG, we'll see how much damage we did, and then I'll go ahead and write that down. So about 126 million, right? Yeah, 126 million. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. 126 million damage. Now, let's go ahead and put Iori on the team. We'll put SS Iori on the team. Now we will obtain power faster, but I'm going to try to play this the exact same as I just played the last round. So again, we're going to go run through 3 skills and see how much damage we do. Remember, without Iori, we did 3,573,000. Okay, let that burn finish. Okay, so 3.999999. Okay, let's go ahead and write that down. So we already did quite a bit more damage. You know, without Iori, we did 3,573,000. And with Iori on the team, we pretty much did 4 million. So let's go ahead and do a 30-second round and see how much damage we do over 30 seconds. And I think it's best to do it like this, where you do 3 skills, you show how much damage they actually do, just in those 3 skills, try to eliminate as many variables as you can. But it's also good to do a 30-second round just to see how much damage you actually do over time. So like already in this run here, we didn't reset our second skill like we did in the round we just did. We're going to go ahead and do that 3PG. Now this is kind of similar to what we did a second ago, but we actually hit our 3PG earlier than what we did just now. See, we didn't break the meter as fast that time. Let's go, let's go. Come on. So awesome. And I know this is like time consuming doing these kinds of things, but this is the only way you can do testing and get guaranteed results. Okay, so we did 123 million in this run. So we actually did less damage than what we did with no Iori on the team. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So, and that just goes to show you, really depending on your runs, really depends on how much damage you do. Whenever you actually do your 3PG, if you break the meter early enough on Rugal, there's a lot of different variables when you're doing these kinds of things. And that's why I wanted to show you guys how much damage they actually do in 3 runs. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put Iori as a striker. So I'm going to go ahead and find me a different striker here. We'll just put Eileen in there. She's an attack type fighter, so we'll keep that 5% attack that we had in that first run. And we're going to switch these characters out. Now, you're probably wondering, why are you putting a striker below Eileen and not below Kyo? Well, the reason for that is I want to show if you're doing as much damage with Iori as a striker on the whole team, or does he have to be a striker under Kyo? So this will answer that question for us. I mean, this is a new kind of a new thing, you know, getting all this extra damage from having a character on the team with another character. So 3 skills, let's see what we do. Ooh, look at that, boys. Wow. So 4 million, 4.155. Holy crap. So that tells you right there that Iori as a striker, even for another character, as long as they're all on that one team, is actually giving that 20% extra damage to the active skills. Wow. Pretty cool, huh? And I was testing this last night, and I did this over and over and over, and I was getting the same outcome again and again and again. So now we're going to do the 30-second run, see how much damage we do over that time. I really hate these loading screens. They take forever. Let's see if we reset that second skill in this first rotation. Yeah, we did. Again, I'm trying to play it. It's the same as, you know, what I did before, but it's pretty tough. God, I love that skill. And see there, we broke the meter. Looking pretty good so far. Oh, crap. So we just hit the minute 30 right there, 30 seconds. See how much damage we do here. And I believe we just broke the meter for Rugal. Yeah, we did. So 133 million, right? 133 million. So in the first run, we did 126 million without Iori. In the second run with Iori on the team, you know, not as a striker, we did 123 million. And we just did 133 million with Iori as a striker for another character. So Iori as a striker is giving you that benefit. I feel pretty confident. Again, I've done this a bunch of times. I spent like 2 hours last night doing this over and over and over. And this is the outcome I kept getting. So now let's do another little test where we switch out Iori for another character. So we're going to switch him for another Iori. And this is going to be Iori that's an attack type. So 98 Iori. There we go. And he's an attack type, so we're still going to get that 5% increased attack for the team. So now let's see what kind of damage we do now. Let's check this out. This might be pretty interesting for you guys. I know I was a little surprised by this. Now look at that. Look at that. 4 million, over 4 million. 4.069, right? 4.069. Let's go ahead and write that down. Okay. So with a different version of Iori on the team, we're still doing the same amount of damage as we did with SS Iori on the team or SS Iori as a striker for a different character all on the same team. So it looks like even without SS Iori, if you just use a different Iori, it's still going to work. Now let's do a 30-second run and see what we do. And this shocked me. This is the outcome I kept getting over and over last night. The same thing. I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe this was only for SS Iori, but again, in that core effect, they do not specify whether it's just SS Iori. It just says Iori. It doesn't say SS. So actually, this is really the way it should be. This is the way it really should work out. And this is actually pretty damn cool because you don't need SS Iori to get this benefit, at least especially for Guild Raid. So there we didn't reset the second skill. Let's do it. Whoa! Freaking intense super. I mean, it definitely looks like it's working to me. Get him, guys. Get him. Now he's going to blow up on us right now. So 30 seconds down. This will be the last attack we do. So 136 million, right? Let's write that down. So even with a different version of Iori on the team, we still did around the same amount of damage as we did with SS Iori on the team, with SS Iori as a striker. And I imagine if this guy is a striker, like if you use just Iori as a striker, it's going to be the same thing, right? It's pretty crazy. So we'll put Iori as a striker here. Now, I know we're doing this over and over and over, but this is how you test. This is how you figure out if these things actually work or if they don't work or what works and what doesn't. So look at that. 4.3 million. 4.3 million. We must have some crits right there. So even, again, this is proving that any Iori will work. That's more damage than what we've had in any run so far in 3 skills. That's freaking crazy. That is freaking crazy. It's so awesome. I had no idea this would actually work. And again, guys, you know, I tried this over and over and over last night. I spent a couple of hours because I couldn't believe this. I thought, man, this is actually working. This is freaking dope. This is dope. So now we'll do a 30-second run real quick. All right, here we go. Last run, I promise, guys. Get back, get back, get back. And there it took a little bit to build up my 3 PG. That's going to make a little bit of a difference. Let's see if we can break the meter before Rugal does his bullcrap explosion. No, almost. We almost did. I mean, look at the damage, guys. Look at the damage he's doing. He's already hit 144 million. We might as well say 147 million, right? 146.9. So 147 million with Iori, regular Iori, 98 Iori, as a striker for another character on the same team. So Kyo is benefiting from having a different Iori on the team. He benefits whenever Iori's as a striker for another character on the team. As long as Iori is on the team somewhere, Kyo is actually going to be benefiting from it, which is pretty freaking cool. That is amazing. So let me know what you all think about, get all this crap. So let me know what y'all think about this testing, and let me know if you had any different outcomes than me. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.